Welcome everybody at the World Port Hackathon 2016. My name is Dolf van Duijmode, I'm your interviewer of today. Welcome Marcel Damen from Ericsson.
Thank you very much.
Nice to have you here. Why are you here as Ericsson?
Well, Ericsson is currently, we are one of the main suppliers when it comes to telecom equipment. From origin we're a Swedish company, so that's where our headquarters is. But we're currently converging our company from a traditional telco supplier towards a company that's providing other industries with the knowledge that we have within our company when it comes to mobility. And one of the things that we're currently looking into is converging all the industries when it comes to shipping, logistics, water, and this is a very interesting environment, of course, for us to position ourselves.
And is it difficult to convince others that you shift your focus? What is the first response?
Actually, it's very difficult. If you talk to other people about Ericsson, they say, "Oh, we know the company.
Yes.
You're the ones from the mobile phones,
yes,
right?"
of course, everybody knows that. Yeah.
And we have to explain them that this is basically the only thing in the mobile industry that we're no longer doing.
Yeah.
We sold our mobile division some time ago. We initially got together with Sony, and a few years ago we sold it entirely. So Ericsson is a provider for everything basically in the telecom industry. We're providing towards the main customers like Vodafone, in the Netherlands is KPN, T-Mobile, everything except for mobile phones.
Okay. So that's the past. Let's focus on the future.
Yeah.
What are the, well, if you can name one challenge, one problem which we face nowadays that maybe can be solved, what would it be?
You mean in relation to
in relation to World Hackathon and infrastructure?
Yeah. Well, we think as a company that we can really leverage on creating added value solutions when it comes to logistics. So that's particularly one of the things we are really focusing on. So it's about the logistic process where originally particular parts are shipped all the way to the end destination. That's where we, being a mobile provider, being a company that's located all over the globe, that's where we think we can really add value to, for example, this
it's
industry.
interesting that you say it, because I had a lot of experts sitting here, challengers sitting here, and almost everyone mentions the problem of the logistics and of all the information, getting it channeled in one direction. How can Ericsson help with that?
One of the things that we're currently focusing on is we're building a cloud-based operations, which we call IoT Accelerator. An IoT Accelerator is an environment where we deliver connectivity of components, but we also include things like big data analysis, management systems when it comes to making sure that the environment is completely managed in a proper way. And that's something that we can roll out on a global level. So Ericsson is able to provide the operations for other companies that are basically more the experts into logistics and shipping, in order for them to deliver components that are looking after the connectivity, that are looking after the management. So it's basically being an end-to-end provider for other industries in the world.
And what, because you say to other industries, we are now at the shipping industry, and is there, how I see it, that Ericsson is maybe, you have a helicopter view, because you see all those different industries. Is there a way that the harbor industry, port industry can learn something from a completely different industry about how they do it?
Absolutely. Maybe it's good to mention that Ericsson is really supporting the idea that in 2020 approximately 50 billion devices will be connected via mobile technology, and that's really the 3G, 4G, 5G type of mobile infrastructure. So basically, everything that benefits from being connected in 2020 will indeed be connected in a few years' time frame. However, we think that there's 5 industries that really will dominate the Internet of Things. So they will benefit most from being connected to the Internet. That's the transport industry, that's the energy, utility industry, and that's the safety. So basically national and public safety. Transport is within Ericsson divided in 3 different components. It's automotive, it's intelligent transport systems, and it's shipping. And if you really look at the leveraging in between, particularly those transport industries, then I think that the harbor industry can really benefit or leverage from what's currently ongoing in automotive, in the car industry, so to say. Why do we think it is for Ericsson best to focus on those 5 areas? Those basically can really affect themselves the ecosystem. If you compare that, for example, with the health industry, if you want to develop solutions in the health industry, it's extremely complicated from a law perspective. There's all kind of security regulations in order to come to end-to-end solutions. If a car industry or if the shipping wants to build their end-to-end solutions, they can basically dominate everything themselves. They can build everything themselves. A car manufacturer can include a SIM in order to get connectivity to the internet in their manufacturing process. So if they provide the SIM, the car is connected straight away when it leaves the factory. Same thing is or could happen in the shipping industry, right? If you provide connectivity to a ship or to the logistic process within the shipping industry, then those companies can do it themselves.
Yeah,
and that's why we really support, from Ericsson perspective, these kind of industries, because there we can make the difference by implementing these things fast without complex regulations coming from all kind of authorities.
Is it the guest before, he said that the shipping industry can also be a bit slow because it's traditional, conservative. It has such a long history, so they're not really used yet to move fast and adapt and develop. Do you recognize that in this branch?
Well, to be fairly honest, I mean, this is also the reason why we participate in these kind of hackathons. Ericsson is a traditional telco provider from the past, right? So if we want to be successful in the future, we need to team up with companies that really understand this part of the industry. And that's one of the reasons why we team up in these kind of hackathons. We don't have a very long tradition in what's really ongoing into the shipping industry. And that's why we want to better understand this industry, and we can only do that by partnering, by engaging with companies in this area.
What surprised you most about the shipping industry?
What surprised me most in the shipping industry? Maybe the conservative part is really something really that's applicable for this industry. On the other hand, what surprises me in many of the industries is that, and particularly that's maybe happening here in the Netherlands for these type of industries, the change in the company itself is really looking after an innovative approach, right? So many people from outside might perceive these kind of companies may be very conservative. There's also a very large drive to become innovative, to come to all kind of new solutions that are much broader than just the traditional shipping industry, by bringing in companies like ourselves.
Yeah. Exactly, that's something I noticed as well. There is willingness, and people are eager to work together on the future. I think that's an important key. And today, what do you hope today to find out or to learn yourself?
Obviously, we are a competitive kind of company as well, so we want really contribute in the best possible way to the hackathon. Apart from that, I really like to learn about what other teams have been building. I understand there's a huge diversity of the teams that's currently participating in the hackathon. So let's see where we can build new relationships in order to come to better end-to-end solutions. Yeah. That's the most important thing.
How would your ideal future look like 10 years from now?
Related to shipping, related to the
company?
And,
and Ericsson in this branch.
Yeah. Well, Ericsson is, like I mentioned, converging from traditional telco. We want to become a true service provider and to drive the Internet of Things within the globe. So really be an end-to-end services delivery machine on a global level that is supporting all these industries to come to new innovative solutions so that they can really improve their business models, and with that expand their portfolio and make better business out of it. If Ericsson can be the real driver behind that process, that would be my ideal setup.
Yeah, so normal folks like me, the normal consumer, won't see Ericsson in my daily life as a telephone. or products like that, but it will be more in this industry.
Indeed, I don't expect us to be in the handheld
No.
or mobile industry again.
No.
On the other hand, you never know. It's been a very interesting marketing label,
Yeah.
obviously, as well. I
Yeah.
mean, you still know the Ericsson because of that. But at the end, we want to be an end-to-end services company that is supporting companies to improve these business process via our technology, via our people, via our knowledge with that, and support those business processes.
And I learned being adaptive is one of the most important key elements for ourselves as humans, but also for companies, of course.
Absolutely, and that's something that we can still learn from as a company as well. We only had a few really big customers basically all over the globe. We have 130,000 people working for Ericsson. They're representing approximately 170 countries, so we're really a true global player. We're the biggest in the telecom supplier industry. But if we want to be successful in the enterprise industry, we need to adapt ourselves, and we need to ensure that we really cooperate with these people. I mean, we're currently working on a project when it comes to condition-based maintenance in the petrochemical industry here in the Netherlands. And in order to become an end-to-end service provider, we're teaming up with 32 companies in order to deliver the overall solution. That's the way this industry is fragmented. So you need to adapt yourself as a company to really team up with all these players, otherwise you won't be able to.
How do you keep the overview?
That comes with strong project management. So we want to be the systems integrator. We want to take that role in order to coordinate these kind of activities. And that's a very challenging thing, but that's the only way forward.
Yeah, good luck. Thank you very
much.
much, Marcel, Damen. Thank you for watching and tuning in. See you later.